It might have been a split decision, but it was definitely a win. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court ruled to allow stricter enforcement of President Donald Trump's travel ban by blocking a lower court ruling that would have made it possible for thousands of refugees to enter the United States in the near future. It was the second Supreme Court win for Trump on the travel ban issue, though like the first one, it involved some compromise on the court. Trump's crackdown on immigration became a widespread hot topic when he issued a 90-day travel ban and a 120-day refugee ban executive order in March restricting individuals' entry into the United States from terrorist hotspots while the government works on vetting procedures. Last month, the Supreme Court ruled that the travel ban could still be enforced, saying the U.S. had to admit at least some close relatives, though the court didn't list all the relationships that qualified. Bloomberg reported, Trump's administration tried to get clarity on what relationships would be allowed under the Supreme Court's June 26 order, and contended that the Trump administration would agree to let people enter only if they had a parent, spouse, fiancé, child, sibling, son or daughter-in-law, or a parent-in-law in the country. However, the lower court's ruling challenged the relationship aspect of the ban in order to include a wider range of familial ties. In addition, U.S. District Judge Derek Watson also said the government couldn't exclude refugees once a resettlement agency had promised that it would provide basic services for them. Combined with the court's expansion of relatives, that would have rendered the Supreme Court's decision from June virtually empty. During the ruling on Wednesday, the Supreme Court agreed with the lower court that the relationships the Trump administration allowed were too narrow and decided not to stay the lower court's ruling that allowed grandparents, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, or siblings-in-law to be exempted from the ban. However, in a huge victory for Trump, it knocked down Judge Watson's ruling that allowed refugees with resettlement agencies. The decision passed with a 6-3 vote to allow more relationships into the travel ban exceptions, as well as the win for President Trump to allow stricter enforcement of the travel ban. 3 Supreme Court justices, Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito Jr. and Neil M. Gorsuch, said they would have granted the administration's request to put the entire order on hold, according to the Washington Post. Although the Trump administration didn't get everything it wanted, this is a huge win for President Trump and for America's safety.